While the Fantastic Beasts films have not been a rampant success, Warner Brothers was likely expecting them to be, especially with the most recent film reportedly losing over $100 million. The studio likely isn't too hot on the prospect of more Harry Potter spin-offs. However, the failure of Fantastic Beasts doesn't mean that all spin-offs would fail. Quite the contrary, as it seems, there is still high demand in the fandom for more Harry Potter content. All the excitement surrounding the new video game Hogwarts Legacy serves as a proof. It may just be that Fantastic Beasts isn't giving fans the stories they want to see. This is why in this video, we'll explore 8 different spin-off plots that producers could explore. From the story of the Hogwarts founders to the take of Mad-Eye Moody, stick around to the end of the video to see if some of your spin-off ideas make the cut. First is the story of the Hogwarts founders. First on our list is a story that would take place well over a century before the events of Harry Potter. This is quite different from many other entries on our list because of how distant in the past it is. This also makes it a unique story. This would be the story of the 4 founders of Hogwarts, which was only lightly hinted at in the books and movies. If done correctly, this could be a story full of intrigue and could provide some of the most interesting characters in the Harry Potter universe. One of the most interesting details that could be explored in this series would be the foundation of the Chamber of Secrets. While we're somewhat familiar with one of these chambers, the series could explore the possibility of other founders having their own yet unexplored chambers. Besides, producers have plenty of possible routes to explore in telling this story. To top it all off, the set design and costumes of a Harry Potter tale set in the Middle Ages would be worth the price of admission alone.
Expecto Patronum!
Next is the story of the First Wizarding War. Another tale that could be worth exploring is set closer to the events of the original Harry Potter story. This, of course, is the tale of the First Wizarding War, centering around the generation of wizards just before Harry and the rest of his crew.
Grave danger. Has this anything to do with Sirius Black, sir?
The story focuses on Voldemort's rise to power and his attempts to victimize the powerless and unsuspecting muggles to whom he believed himself and his fellow wizards superior. This would then follow the rise of the Order of the Phoenix, a group dedicated to combating Voldemort and stopping his dastardly plans. The books and movies only partially get into this story, and with its immediate connection to the original series, it's one of the most logical spin-offs to pursue. Moments such as the first battle between the Order of the Phoenix and Voldemort would make for amazing viewing. This would also give fans a chance to get to know the characters who died before the events of the original series. These include Molly Weasley's brothers, who died in the First Wizarding War. This one seems the most likely to happen of all the entries on this list. Another is the tale of the House of Black.
You were going to Dumbledore, weren't you?
No.
Next is a tale that would follow the lineage of one Sirius Black, telling the history of the infamous House of Black. The family tree officially ends with Sirius's death in Order of the Phoenix, but the series hints at theirs being a long and powerful legacy. The series could follow the 5 Black children, including Sirius, Andromeda, Regulus, Narcissa, and Bellatrix. It would be a fascinating dynamic to explore the relationship between the siblings, considering Narcissa and Bellatrix chose an evil path while the rest are good. Producers could also explore their family dynamics growing up, including their parents, who have not been discussed in depth in the original series. With the family's reputation as a cult, watching the children come to terms with their heritage could make for a very engaging movie. Producers could make this one of the darkest stories in the franchise, which would make for very engaging viewing. Next up is a drama about the sport of Quidditch. Other film producers could explore one that strays quite far from the original sports movie. When fans think of Harry Potter, sports drama is not likely one of the first things that comes to mind. That said, the Quidditch scenes in the original films are some of the most entertaining moments in the franchise. This means there is untapped potential for a film or series centered around the sport and how it is played professionally. The movie could follow a famous player from the source material, like Ginny Potter or Victor Crumb, or it could create an entirely new character to focus on. With all this being said, the Quidditch scenes from the original films were reportedly some of the most expensive scenes to film. However, CGI technology has improved greatly recently, and the scenes may be significantly easier to capture. While a Quidditch-based film is certainly one of the more out-there spin-offs they could make, it would likely also be one of the most fun to watch. Up next is Hagrid's life story.
Whoa! Not me?
One character in the wizarding world whose life story would make an excellent spin-off is the friendly giant Hagrid.
The committee members took turns talking about why we were there.
The books go more in-depth into Hagrid's life than the movie ever did. They explain that his mother was a giantess and his father was a wizard. As a result, he experienced many hardships due to his status as a half-breed. On top of this, Hagrid's father dies when he is a young boy, and he's expelled from Hogwarts due to being framed for a crime he didn't commit. The film could explore these events and how Hagrid was able to stay so positive and joyful through it all. The film could go in-depth into his life events, specifically his relationship with Dumbledore. By following his life right up until the events of the Sorcerer's Stone, Hagrid's early life story would make for an engaging and heartfelt prequel. This would also likely be one of the films with the most family appeal on our list. Next up could be a political thriller set in the wizarding world.
Interdepartmental memos. We used to use owls. The mess was unbelievable.
This is one of the few entries on our list that doesn't follow any specific characters from the original series. Instead, we're suggesting a spin-off that follows the political side of the wizarding world and its corruption. This was explored in Fantastic Beasts, with the part centering around the American wizarding government. We're proposing a film exploring the magic ministry and its power struggles. Think House of Cards in the Harry Potter universe. Although this may be a bit of a stretch, considering it's appealing to a much more mature audience, there's still plenty of potential for a Harry Potter tale of political intrigue. Another story could be Mad-Eye Moody in his prime.
We never use transfiguration as a punishment. Surely Dumbledore told you that.
Next, similar to our proposed story of Hagrid, would be an exploration of Mad-Eye Moody in his prime. As revealed in Goblet of Fire, Moody was an imposter the whole time. This means audiences never get to know the character and everything that made him so interesting. As Moody was known as a powerful Auror back in his heyday, a film centering around his adventures could make for an incredibly entertaining action film. Many fans would probably be excited to see exactly how a young Alastor Moody became the infamous Mad-Eye. This spin-off could be better suited to an episodic drama, where we see Moody battling a different dark wizard in each episode. However they decide to do it, a film or series centering around Moody could make for an incredibly entertaining viewing. Finally, is the story of the Marauders. The story of the Marauders is the final entry on our list, and another of the most likely to be made. Many fans have wondered what the point of The Cursed Child and Fantastic Beasts was, without first exploring the story of James, Sirius, Remus, and Peter. Producers may have decided that this story was explored enough in the original series, but so much has been left untouched. James's childhood and upbringing are still very ambiguous to viewers. Also, Snape and Lily's relationship was never truly examined deeply enough, considering it's responsible for many of the events in the books and movies, and could give fans a better appreciation for Snape as a character.
What are you doing wandering the corridors at night?
I'm sleepwalking.
This is all, not to mention the infamous rivalry between Snape and James, ultimately responsible for Harry's destiny. These plot points and some managed mischief could make this one of the most entertaining and impactful Harry Potter spin-offs imaginable. What are your thoughts on these potential Harry Potter spin-offs? Are there any that stand out to you? Which are the most likely to happen? Are there other characters or events that you want to explore more in depth? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time.